Even if you are a decent man, she may still go. Instead, try this. Relationships are complex, often puzzling, and sometimes downright heartbreaking. One of the most confusing experiences a man can face is when he's doing everything right, being kind, supportive, financially stable, yet his partner still decides to leave. This scenario plays out daily across the world, leaving good men bewildered, hurt, and questioning their worth. Today I want to dive deep into why women sometimes leave seemingly good relationships, and more importantly, what you can do to create a connection that's built to last. This isn't about manipulation or games, it's about understanding the deeper psychological and emotional currents that run beneath the surface of romantic relationships. First, let's address a fundamental truth that many men struggle to accept. Being a good man, by conventional standards, stable, kind, loyal, is the baseline, not the destination. These qualities make you a decent human being, but they don't automatically create a fulfilling relationship. Think of them as the foundation of a house. Essential, but nobody falls in love with a foundation. They fall in love with the unique architecture built upon it. Let's explore the 5 most common reasons why women leave relationships with good men based on research and countless conversations with couples. Reason number 1, emotional disconnection. Perhaps the most prevalent reason relationships dissolve isn't infidelity or dramatic conflicts. It's the quiet death of emotional intimacy. Many men pride themselves on solving problems, providing financially, and being dependable. These are admirable qualities, but they don't necessarily create emotional connection. Women often report feeling lonely even while in a relationship. This happens when their partner is physically present, but emotionally unavailable. You might be in the same room, but if you're constantly distracted by work, sports, gaming, or your phone, you're not truly present. This emotional absence creates a void that eventually becomes too painful to ignore. Dr. John Gottman, one of the world's leading relationship researchers, found that emotional attunement, the ability to recognize and respond to your partner's emotional needs, is one of the strongest predictors of relationship success. Women typically notice emotional disconnection long before men do, feeling it as a gnawing emptiness that grows over time. The second reason women leave good men is the absence of growth and evolution in the relationship. Humans naturally crave growth and forward momentum. When a relationship stagnates, when it's the same conversations, the same routines, the same unresolved issues year after year, it begins to feel like a cage rather than a sanctuary. This doesn't mean you need dramatic changes or constant excitement, but it does mean that both partners need to feel they're evolving together, learning from each other, and building something meaningful. When a woman senses that the relationship has plateaued with no prospect of deeper connection or new experiences, she may begin to question its long-term viability. Think about your own relationship. When was the last time you and your partner tried something new together? When did you last have a conversation that went beyond logistics and daily tasks? If you can't remember, that's a warning sign. The third reason is a fundamental misalignment of core values and life vision. Sometimes, 2 perfectly good people simply want different things in life. This misalignment might not be apparent early in a relationship when chemistry and connection are at their peak, but as time passes, these differences become more pronounced and harder to ignore. Perhaps she wants children while you don't. Maybe she dreams of living abroad while you're deeply rooted in your hometown, or it could be subtler differences in how you both envision your daily lives, careers, or retirement. When a woman realizes that her life vision doesn't align with her partner's, she faces a difficult choice. Compromise her dreams or find a partner whose vision is more compatible with hers. These value misalignments aren't anyone's fault, but they can be relationship ending if not addressed early and openly. The irony is that many couples never have these crucial conversations until they're already deeply invested in the relationship. The fourth reason women leave good men relates to unmet expectations around personal growth. In healthy relationships, partners inspire each other to become better versions of themselves. When a man stops growing, when he becomes comfortable, complacent, and resistant to change, it affects not just him, but the relationship dynamic. This doesn't mean you need to transform into someone you're not or constantly chase self-improvement trends, but it does mean maintaining curiosity about life, developing your character, and remaining open to evolution. Women are often attracted to a man's potential, not to shape him into something he's not, but to witness and support his journey toward becoming his best self. When a man surrenders to complacency, when he stops reading, learning, growing, and challenging himself, his partner may feel she's outgrowing him. This creates an imbalance that can be difficult to reconcile. The fifth reason, which might be uncomfortable to hear but is important to acknowledge, is diminished physical and sexual connection. Physical intimacy is a vital component of romantic relationships, serving as both an expression and reinforcement of emotional connection. When this aspect of a relationship becomes routine, obligatory, or non-existent, it creates a void that affects the entire relationship ecosystem. This isn't simply about frequency or performance. It's about maintaining desire, curiosity, and intentionality in your physical connection. Many long-term relationships suffer from what therapists call comfort sex, predictable, routine physical intimacy that lacks the emotional and psychological components that make it truly fulfilling. When a woman feels desired, not just physically but emotionally and intellectually, when she feels her partner is fully present and connected during intimacy, it strengthens the relationship's foundation. Conversely, when physical intimacy becomes disconnected from emotional intimacy, it can accelerate the relationship's decline. Now that we've examined why women leave, let's focus on the constructive part. What you can do differently to create a relationship that both partners are deeply invested in maintaining. First and foremost, prioritize emotional connection above all else. This means developing your emotional intelligence, your ability to recognize, understand, and respond appropriately to both your own emotions and your partner's. Men often receive cultural messaging that emotions are weakness, but in relationships, emotional awareness is your greatest strength. Practice active listening without immediately trying to solve problems. When your partner shares her thoughts or feelings, resist the urge to offer solutions unless she explicitly asks for them. Sometimes, she simply needs to feel heard and understood. Make eye contact, put down your phone, and give her your full attention, not just when issues arise, but as a daily practice. Dr. Sue Johnson, developer of emotionally focused therapy, suggests that the question at the heart of all relationship dynamics isn't, "Are you there for me?" but "Will you respond to me when I need you?" Your consistent emotional responsiveness builds security and trust that weather inevitable relationship challenges. Second, become a student of your partner. The person you're with today is not identical to the person you met years ago. People evolve, their needs change, and their dreams take new shapes. Make it your mission to continuously discover who your partner is becoming, what excites her now, what she fears, and what she aspires to. Ask thoughtful questions that go beyond daily logistics. What are you looking forward to this year? What's been on your mind lately that we haven't discussed? Is there something you've always wanted to try but haven't? Questions like these demonstrate your interest in her inner world and create opportunities for deeper connection. Third, take responsibility for your personal growth. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming more fully yourself. Identify areas where you've become complacent or stopped challenging yourself, whether intellectually, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Personal growth isn't selfish, it's one of the greatest gifts you can give your relationship. When you're growing, learning, and evolving, you bring new energy and perspectives into your partnership. You become more interesting, engaged, and resilient, qualities that strengthen your connection. This might mean reading more, developing new skills, addressing unhealthy habits, or working with a therapist to heal old wounds. Whatever form it takes, your commitment to growth demonstrates self-respect and respect for your relationship. Fourth, create shared meaning and purpose. Relationships thrive when they're built around something larger than the individuals involved. This could be raising children, building a business, supporting a cause, or simply creating a home environment that reflects your shared values. Dr. Gottman calls this creating shared meaning, developing rituals, goals, and narratives that give your relationship a sense of purpose. These shared elements strengthen your bond and create resilience during difficult times. They answer the question, what are we building together that neither of us could create alone? Now it's your turn. What's one thing you will embark on from today? Comment with your thoughts. For more content, subscribe. Thanks for watching.